What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Down Once More. We're closing out November. This episode's dropping the day before Thanksgiving, so we're about to spend a lot of time with friends and family. So I recommend you go back and watch our November streaming guide to see what you can watch if you need to escape the family this holiday season just for a little bit. And I unintentionally have to apologize. I lied. I said I was going to be talking about my thoughts on Wicked this week, but I'm not going to do that. I did see it, and the reason I'm not talking about it this week is for a very good reason, because Rayleigh is planning on seeing it this week, and then we will be recording, and so our full review will hopefully be coming out a week from today. Next week is our first episode in December. So I thought that was a pretty good reason to save my thoughts, my feelings until then, and give you all a kind of fresh look at it, and no point in having back-to-back me repeating the same thing 1 week to the next. So instead, I am going to do a streaming guide of what is coming to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, HBO Max, all that fun stuff, what's coming to streaming in December. So I usually like to do that episode at the end of the 1 month or the first week of the next. So we're going to get in early, so you'll be able to hit the ground running this coming up weekend on December 1st, because there's a lot of things dropping that date. I will say also, scheduling this time of year as we get into the holidays and all the family stuff can be a pain. So the plan for our Wicked review, a little insider information, look behind the curtain, is that we will be recording Sunday night, December 1st. I will be getting back that night from a 4-day trip visiting the in-laws. And so I could be tired. Shit could hit the fan. Things can happen. We may not get to record. Rayleigh's got family too, and Thanksgiving is usually a time you got lots going on, and we're rolling into the Christmas season. So we'll see what December for the pod looks like. Maybe solo stuff. I'll be pulling Brad into an episode or two here, maybe for a movie that I will discuss in today's that's coming to streaming this month. So all that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with Netflix. Netflix is what I actually have the most things on that is releasing this month. Netflix has been crushing it the last few months. They've been doing some originals, ones that look interesting. As always, I usually like to try and watch some of the things that I recommend or call out that's coming to streaming this month. I haven't had a chance to do it. My last month has been crazy. I don't think I really watched anything. Right now, I'm trying to get through The Penguin. I'm still like 4 episodes behind that. I'm only on episode 5. So I need to finish that. Cross came out on Amazon Prime. I'm really excited to watch that. But I haven't even watched season 2 of Reacher. But Netflix this month, they have a lot of originals coming out, as well as some movies that are releasing on there that I'm really excited about. This isn't one that I'm really excited about, but it's one that we will talk about on here eventually, is Burlesque. It comes out December 1st, the 2010 musical starring Cher and Christina Aguilera. So that releases on Netflix to stream on December 1st. That was one of my favorite episodes of How Did This Get Made? I've talked about it on here. That's one of my favorite go-to podcasts, right? With Paul Scheer, June Diane Raphael, and Jason Mantzoukas, where they kind of watch kind of cheesy or not necessarily critically great movies and discuss them and have fun with it. And that was the first episode, I think, of theirs I listened to, or maybe it's their first episode overall, was Burlesque. But good episode of that. So watch the movie, watch their How Did This Get Made episode, and eventually we'll have an episode on that for you. December 2nd. This is a movie I'm very excited about. I've been wanting to watch for a while and haven't had a chance to. I got it on digital when it first came out, but then just haven't had a chance to sit and watch it. Is Kneecap. This is based on a true story about an Irish rap group who's kind of dedicated, being a little bit rebellious, and they're dedicated to, this is the description from here, they became a beacon for the dying Irish language. So it features Michael Fassbender. It looks like a wild ride. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, where it's a very unique musical biopic. And I'm excited about that. That comes to Netflix on December 2nd. So I'm excited that that's there. I think that might be a movie we try to discuss either in the next few months while we know it's on Netflix. So stay tuned for that, for something a little bit unique and different. On December 4th, That Christmas, which is an animated family movie about the small town of different stories intersecting, things going awry when a massive snowstorm hits the small town. It even impacts Santa. So, if you've been listening to the pod for a while, you know I am not a giant Christmas person. I'm a little bit of a Grinch or a Scrooge, however you want to categorize it. That's kind of me. But this is a movie, looks fun for the whole family. I'm trying to be somewhat festive. I'm wearing both green and red Christmas colors. So there you go. That's about as festive as it's going to get. Maybe I'll throw a Santa hat on for an episode. We'll see. But that movie comes out December 4th. A new series with Keira Knightley called Black Doves, a British spy series where Keira Knightley plays a mother and a spy. It comes out December 5th. I don't know much about this, but the trailer intrigued me, and I do enjoy me some Keira Knightley. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl is one of my favorite movies. It's just so fun and lighthearted. Really good. So excited about that. On December 6th, the biblical epic about Mary comes out. Jesus' mom, Virgin Mary, all that fun stuff. That movie comes out. It stars Anthony Hopkins as well, which is going to stand out. Everyone else seems like culturally correct, and they got Anthony Hopkins in there. So interesting. It looks interesting. I've talked about on here, like there's a lot of biblical epics that could be told and be good stories. I don't know. It's a fitting time for this to come out. We'll see what people think of it and how it is. On December 6th, kind of in the music realm, Sabrina Carpenter's A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter musical special comes out on Netflix. Seems like she's got lots of special guests lined up. Looks interesting. Honestly, I probably won't check it out just because, like I've said, I never get to watch things that I mention on here because I just don't have time. But it looks intriguing. Sabrina Carpenter is everything that's hot in the streets right now. So check that out. That's coming to Netflix if you want. On December 7th, the 2020 movie with Rachel Sennott, Shiva Baby, comes out. I watched this a while back. It's fun. It's about a girl. Things go wrong. She's at a Shiva, and I can't tell too much without spoiling it, but it's kind of a drama comedy. It's more kind of the awkward drama side, but it was really good. I really like Rachel Sennott. Really liked her in Bottoms with Ayo Edebiri as well. Really enjoyable movie last year, and so that's coming to Netflix on December 7th. On December 9th, Blake Lively stars in the movie based on the Colleen Hoover novel, It Ends With Us. There's a lot of drama going on in the press tour about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, the director and writer, and her co-star, and kind of their relationship, and kind of seemed like there's drama and tension there. But that's coming on December 9th, that movie, streaming on Netflix. Check it out if you're part of that hit phenomenon, read the books. It was very popular this past year. So that's coming out and streaming December 9th. On December 11th, Angelina Jolie stars in a biographical drama about the opera singer Maria Callas. That movie, Maria, comes out on December 11th. So they're opera, musical adjacent, right? So that's coming to Netflix. On December 12th, a new series called No Good Deed comes streaming. It stars Ray Romano and Lisa Kudrow as a couple trying to sell their family home, which is full of dark secrets. The teaser, very intriguing. I am interested to check this out if I ever have time to check things out. I'm behind on it. A movie I will be making time to watch, though, is Carry On, which comes out December 13th. It stars Taron Egerton. He's a TSA agent. It's an action thriller. Jason Bateman plays a passenger who's blackmailing him into letting a dangerous package through and into the airport on a Christmas Day flight. It kind of, even though it's a little different, is giving me kind of Die Hard vibes. Like, it seems like that. I really enjoyed Taron Egerton. I love the Kingsman movies. Well, the first Kingsman movie is great. Second one is a little but Taron Egerton's fantastic in him. He was also really good in Rocket Man as Elton John. So that comes out December 13th. I'm excited about that. On December 20th, the Tyler Perry written and directed movie The 688 comes out, which is about the all-black and all-female battalion, the 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion in World War II, and it stars Kerry Washington. This looks like a nice nod and untold story from World War II, a different take on the war movie genre, telling kind of a different side of it and a story that we don't get told all that often. So excited about that. That comes out December 20th. On December 24th, Nate Bargatze has a new special coming out called Your Friend, Nate Bargatze. Nate Bargatze is one of my favorite comedians out there. It's unique nowadays because he is actually a very clean comedian. It's family friendly, but he is just hilarious. And I'm really excited to see this next new hour from him. And then closing out the picks for Netflix on December 26th, season 2 of Squid Game comes out. Squid Game, when the first season came out, kind of took the world by storm. Like, it was everywhere. And so it's been a few years, but season 2 is about to come out, and it's supposed to be bigger and bloodier, they described it as. And so I'm intrigued by this. I really enjoyed the first season. I can't remember how much of it stuck with me, if I'm being completely honest. So it's one that ideally I'd want to rewatch season 1, but Netflix usually does a really good job doing kind of recaps of the previous season on there. I remember that from their original series, so I'm sure there will be a good kind of recap there for Squid Game season 2. Moving on to HBO Max, or Max, but also on HBO. But Max is the streaming because this is just a wild branding move. I don't get it. But anyways, not a ton coming here this month to be excited about. Supposedly Beetlejuice and Joker Folie à Deux are coming to Max this month, but they don't have official dates yet. They're just listed as coming soon, but they were in the teaser for what's coming to Max in December. So those should be dropping sometime this month. I'm excited to see the Joker Folie à Deux, but everything I've heard has been not great from the people I know who have seen it. So, but I'm intrigued, and supposedly it's a musical. So, well, it has music in it, so it's technically a musical, but not a traditional musical. We'll see what happens with that, but we'll watch that eventually. So those, no dates, but supposedly coming this month to Max. On December 1st, this is an older movie, but Death Race, starring Jason Statham, is coming out in the 2001 movie, I want to say. This was one back in the day in high school. I remember just enjoying the action, a little bit of carnage. It's just like prisoners are forced to do almost like gladiator games, but it's racing with cars and there's weapons on them. It's just a batshit crazy movie, kind of from that time period. Like there was Gamer starring Gerard Butler, things like that. So that comes out December 1st. On December 5th, Creature Commandos, the animated DC series from James Gunn, premieres. I think they're doing a 2-episode premiere, it said. So that comes out December 5th. I'm excited about it. I like what James Gunn does in the superhero realm. Peacemaker was one of the best superhero series, I think, out there. I really enjoyed it. The Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy is fantastic. I just really enjoyed James Gunn's work. So I'm excited to check this out. And the DC animated series have been pretty stellar. I fell behind on the Harley Quinn series, but I enjoyed that. Kaylee Cuoco did a great job voicing her. Alan Tudyk has some great roles in there as well. So I'm excited about this series coming out. And sticking in the DC realm, on December 7th, Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, comes out. So kind of telling his life as the original Superman in the movies and things that happened after he got paralyzed in 1995. And kind of a documentary on his life. So that should be interesting. That's coming out. I've heard good things about that movie as a whole. So it's coming to streaming now. On December 20th, Juror Number 2, Clint Eastwood directed movie starring Nicholas Hoult as a juror faced with a tough decision on what to do morally. So that comes out December 20th. I've heard good things about this one as well. Not a ton. I feel like it wasn't marketed very well. It had a very short theater run. And so that's coming to Max December 20th at the end of the month. That closes out for Max. Like I said, not many things there. Let's go with Hulu. Hulu. On December 1st, Moulin Rouge comes out, the 2001 jukebox musical movie from Baz Luhrmann. Rayleigh and I did an episode of it. One of our most contentious episodes, and just differing opinions on it. spoiler, go back and watch that episode. It was a fun one. But spoiler, Baz Luhrmann's directorial style drives me crazy on that. I did not enjoy the movie, but I enjoyed a lot of the music in it, and I'm really excited about the musical. It's the one that I'm most looking forward to on this Broadway season at my theater here. And so that's coming in either February or March for me. So a review will be coming to the pod shortly after that. But Aaron Tveit was fantastic on Broadway in it. The little snippet, and I've referenced it on here multiple times before, of El Tango de Roxanne, it's just so damn good. I love Aaron Tveit. Really like the Moulin Rouge musical. Really excited to see it. But the movie, the Baz Luhrmann movie with his wacky directorial style and John Leguizamo just over the top, is on Hulu December 1st. Also Hulu December 1st is Muppet Treasure Island. The movie review Brad and I did a few weeks ago that we had a lot of fun with. Throwback 1996 Muppet movie with Tim Curry. We'll recommend you watch it. Go do it. Do yourself a favor. For me, it held up. Lots of catchy songs too. So that drops Hulu December 1st. Also December 1st, Russell Crowe movie Gladiator. Gladiator 2 is in theaters now. It came out same day as Wicked. So if people wanted Barbenheimer Part 2, they could go see Glicked and do. I've heard mixed things about Part 2. Most of them fall more on the not favorable side. But I hope to see it sometimes. But there's no debating the original with Russell Crowe as Maximus was a fantastic Ridley Scott movie. So that's coming to Hulu December 1st. If for some reason you haven't seen this movie in the past 20 years, what are you doing? Go check it out. On December 17th, movie that I've been excited to watch for a while, again, another one I bought on digital and have not watched yet, is Cuckoo, however you want to say it, Cuckoo, with Hunter Schafer. It's a horror thriller, 17-year-old that was with a dad in a kind of a resort town in the German Alps. It's got a lot of those almost supernatural thriller vibes, is what it seems like. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this movie. I'm excited to watch it. It drops on Hulu December 17th. Two left, Disney Plus and Amazon Prime. We're going to knock out Disney Plus because there's not very much coming here. I feel like Disney Plus is one of those really good for families and all the content it has there. But as for like streaming in general, their bundle with Hulu is what kind of saves them. Not a ton of great streaming originals that will blow your mind, in my opinion. But December 3rd, the new Star Wars project, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It stars Jude Law, but the main story is about 4 kids who make a mysterious discovery on their home planet, and it leads them into the strange and dangerous galaxy to deal with that. It looks intriguing, definitely designed for kids or families, so not the target audience right here, right? This isn't The Mandalorian. This isn't Andor. Andor was a lot more of that adult, like drama style of Star Wars. And so that's not what this is. This appeal kids, family, perfect drop-in time for December. You got more time at home. Watch something like that. On December 13th, a documentary, Elton John, Never Too Late, comes out about Elton John's life. I mentioned it earlier, the biopic Rocket Man with Taron Egerton I thought was fantastic and so unique how it was told. I'm excited to see this documentary. Elton John has a very kind of captivating life and has done a lot and has a lot of great songs. So that documentary comes out December 13th. And then on December 22nd, season 3 of Marvel's What If, the animated series that kind of does a different take on the Marvel universe. What if this happened? What if that happened? Very interesting. I can't remember if I watched season 2, actually. That's how far behind I am on streaming series. But I really enjoyed season 1 for what it was. If you're a Marvel fan, you will enjoy this. If not, it's probably not for you, so don't even worry about it. But that's it for Disney Plus. Closing out Amazon Prime Video. Now, the movie I hinted that Brad and I might need to talk about, not a musical, but the Crocodile Hunter Collision Course comes out December 1st. Crocodile Hunter, big part of my childhood. I love the Crocodile Hunter. Grew up watching Animal Planet. He starred in a movie, an MGM movie, with a decent budget and some bigger names in it from what I remember, about a secret satellite crashed down in Australia. Crocodile ate it. Secret agents are going after it. He's trying to protect the crocodile and get it back. It is a wild movie. Like, it is batshit crazy. But it's coming to Amazon Prime December 1st. I have not watched this movie in probably 20 plus years. And it may not 20 years plus years, but in a long ass time. It hadn't been streaming anywhere. Now it's coming to Amazon Prime. So I need to rewatch it, and we'll probably talk about it on here. On December 6th, a limited series called The Sticky comes out. It's about a maple syrup farmer who, after getting shut down, has to form a crew and start a heist to siphon from the National Syrup Reserve. So this supposedly is somewhat inspired by the true story of people who stole 3,000 pounds of syrup. So it's a thing. As Margot Martindale in it. And she's a great character actress, so good in everything that she's been in, great and Justified. A nice, funny bit with her in BoJack Horseman on Netflix. So that's coming out there. And then December 10th, Secret Level comes out on Amazon Prime. And this is an animated anthology series in the world that's set in the world of video games. And it comes from the creators of the Love, Death, and Robots team, which is a fantastic anthology series that's very unique and gives different directors and creators a chance to tell these kind of sci-fi stories. And they're all different in the Love, Death, and Robots, all different animation styles, scenes, stories, really cool concept, really cool show. And so this is coming to Amazon Prime, and it's in the video game world. So really excited to check that out. And then closing it out, also on December 10th, is The Bike Riders. I talked about that movie a little bit on here when I saw it as a mystery movie showing. It's the Austin Butler and Tom Hardy movie based on a true story about a motorcycle gang in Chicago. So that's coming to Amazon Prime on December 10th. So that's going to do it for the key points on things that were coming to streaming this month. When I was doing my research, not a ton of Christmas stuff that jumped out at me or holiday stuff that jumped out at me. So I was kind of surprised by that, but lots of picks, lots of variety coming to streaming this month. So you're in for a treat. I am going to close it out with one thing about Wicked. Nothing on my thoughts for the film, but on Twitter, which again, I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter in that I really hate everything about Twitter. But every once in a while I see something intriguing and funny and then I can't leave. But I've liked like 3 Wicked posts on there in general, like before it even came out, about Wicked, either clips from songs, series, talking about behind the scenes things, just so I could kind of pin it, save it. My algorithm on my For You is now nothing but Ariana Grande stands about Wicked or Wild Theater Kids. Don't get me wrong, I was a theater kid. I was in drama in high school. Now, granted, it was homeschool drama, but it is wild. And the amount of people who are just whipping their phones out and taking pictures of the screen for title cards throughout it, filming clips throughout it and putting it on Twitter. Even in my showing that I went to, the group of people next to me just chatty as fuck, people on their phones taking pictures throughout the whole thing. It is wild. The theater going crowd and theater etiquette has gone so far downhill. Like, I get if it's something you're excited about and you love, don't whip your phone out. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the movie, take a picture of the screen when you watch it on digital when it comes out in 2 months or less. If things are like, I don't know, I'm losing it. But the thing, going back to Twitter, and now that my algorithm is fucked and nothing but wicked things or people with these pictures of the theater screens or things from the press tour, people overanalyzing every little thing, people on social media are going to make like casual people who would want this hate this movie and this cast. Like, it is wild. Like, social media, I've already seen the movie and have my own opinions, and regardless of what they are, you'll have to tune in next week for those. But the social media is this close to making me hate everything about this movie. Like, it is wild. And again, it's my own fault. It's my algorithm. I liked 1 or 2 things. It's better. Like, I never really got into the political algorithm, which is great because that's a whole other thing that's wild. But now, theater kid and stan kids on Wicked and Ariana Grande, are going to drive me banana sandwich. So that's all I'll say about that. Make sure to tune in next week. Like I said, hopefully it will be a full review on Wicked. And we'll kind of segment it out. We'll talk about our thoughts, feelings, some general things about it, and then we'll get into some spoilers on it and some what's going to come in part 2 of the movie. Because for people who aren't familiar with the musical, I don't want to spoil part 2 for you. And the main thing, I want you to be able to go into it with fresh eyes next November when part 2 comes out. But I do still want to talk about it and have predictions for how I think they'll adapt some things. So that's going to do it for this week. It's a mini episode. Thank you all for everything you've done. It's a time to be thankful. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for all of you who take your time to watch, listen, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Appreciate all of you for coming along for the ride. It's been 3 years of doing this. From being honest, there were times this past year where I thought I was going to have to pull the plug on it. It has been a wild year, one of the hardest years I have had in a while, but this has kept me sane. I've still enjoyed it. Appreciate you all coming along for the ride and tuning in. So with that said, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff. Have a great Thanksgiving. Make sure to focus on the important things: family, friends, taking care of yourself this holiday season too. Mental health is big this time of year. Lots of people dealing with depression, hard things, shitty thoughts. Take some time, decompress, focus on yourself, what you need. Go watch an entertaining movie, show. Let your brain just kind of disconnect and fade off for a bit, whether that's listening to this podcast, watching something like that, or whatever you enjoy. Make sure to take some time for yourself, breathe, relax, and try to refresh this holiday season. So thank you all. Love you all. Don't forget to go down once more. Later.